Nothing But the Words, episode number 75, When Writing Your Book Gets Difficult.
Welcome to Nothing But the Words, the podcast that gives you everything you need to know to write a phenomenal book. Now here's your host, your author coach, Candace L. Davis.
Hey there, and welcome to Nothing But the Words. I'm your author coach, Candace L. Davis. I hope your week and your writing are both going really, really well. Years ago, when I was just starting my business, I went to a business retreat for women. Most of us had online businesses. Some of the women had been running their businesses for a decade or more, but most were newbies like me. Back then, I was an avid note taker at conferences. I felt like I needed to write down everything, which is a rookie mistake. But I was indeed a rookie, so that's okay. One of the speakers was a life coach. I'm not sure that's what she called herself, but that's what I saw her as. And later, I got to know her, and I really loved her a lot. Her whole presentation revolved around one question: what if it was easy? Her philosophy was that we often make things much harder than they have to be. And in making them harder, we often find excuses to not actually get the thing done. You want to start a new business, but it seems hard. What if it was easy? You want to become a certified coach, but it seems like too much work and too much money. What if it was easy? You want to write a book that will light up your readers and be absolutely transformational for them and for your business, but you have no idea where to start. But what if writing that book was easy? This question, from my understanding, is meant to lead your brain to think about what going after your goal might be like if it wasn't such a big challenge, if it wasn't a great difficulty. It is, in fact, a great question to ask because it opens your mind to all the tools and the resources that actually could make it easy or easier to go after what you want and actually get it. I appreciate that. And I use that question with myself and with my coaching clients on occasion. The fact is that almost anything you want to achieve, someone else has found easy to do. I guarantee you can find someone who will tell you running an ultra marathon was easy, raising a teenager was easy, and yes, writing their award-winning best-selling client-getting book was easy. Writing your book can be easy when you define easy as any task that does not present difficulties that can't be overcome. This kind of ease is available to you, especially when you have an experienced author coach on your team. When the difficulties arise, you know they can be overcome. There's a solution for every problem that might crop up along the way. It's my job to launch my clients, ease my clients, or push my clients over those obstacles. I've done this so many times that I can guarantee there's not a single obstacle I can't help you get beyond if you're willing to show up for your book. And even when that willingness is somewhat lacking, I can help you with that too. I can help you rediscover your desire and your motivation to get your book written. But if by easy you mean you're looking for effortless, you have come to the wrong place. Writing a book isn't for people who want effortless. Well, writing a great book, a meaningful book, a book that makes a difference, isn't for people who want effortless. There really are times when you get in the flow of writing and it feels effortless. That's wonderful. I love those moments. And I coach myself and I coach my clients to create more and more of them. That effortless flow is available to you. But writing a book does require effort. It requires exertion. It requires an output of your creative and analytical energies. So what I encourage you to do when the writing feels difficult is to embrace the required effort. Learn to love it. So let me give you an image of what that looks like. This image was inspired by a quote from dancer and choreographer Maria Kerr and by a coaching session I had with life coach Danielle Vaughn, who hosts the Dare Greatly podcast. Danielle used a similar metaphor when she coached me on one of my business goals, and it really changed the way I approach my work every single day. So imagine your book is a boulder, and your job is to push that boulder to a higher plane. It's not just your job, it's your desire, it's your ambition, it's your goal. You want to get that boulder to a higher plane. And in fact, You want to be the one to get it there, because if you didn't, you would find a way to pay someone else to do it. In other words, you would hire a ghostwriter if you really did not want to write your own book. Now, sometimes you're pushing that boulder up a steep incline, so you have to dig deep and exercise some muscles that you rarely use. The effort in those moments that you put into moving your boulder probably feels like a lot. And sometimes you reach plateaus where you can just coast across flat terrain and your boulder almost seems to be self-propelled even though it's not. You're still putting in effort to keep it moving, but it feels nearly effortless. Sometimes you're all by yourself, knees bent, shoulders leaning into it, edging that boulder up the hill. And sometimes you have help. Your coach steps in to give you a hand. A supportive friend or partner cheers you on and hands you a cup of water, and you just kind of lean on that boulder for a minute, keep it from rolling back downhill while you get yourself refreshed and get ready to keep on going. No matter how much help you have, no matter how often that sort of smooth terrain comes along, that boulder is still yours to push up to the higher plane. No one else can get it there. Ultimately, it's only you. And no matter how few difficulties you encounter along the way, reaching the summit still requires effort. Effort can actually seem scary to some people, especially if you have hang-ups around work ethic, perfectionism, or perceived laziness. But if you can learn to love your boulder, you can learn to love the effort it requires to get it to the top of that long climb. It's hard to keep pushing a boulder that you don't care about. It's hard to keep pushing a boulder that irritates and annoys you. It's a lot easier if you love that boulder and you know it and you will both be better off when you reach the top together. Love the fact that you have the luxury of making time to write and the privilege of writing in a time and place where you can publish almost anything you want to say in the form of a book. Love the fact that as you write your book, you will wrestle with your own beliefs and have the opportunity to question them, perhaps even change them. You will find new ways to articulate your beliefs. You may come up with new frameworks or develop new insights. If you're doing a great job at writing your book, those things happen along the way without you setting out to make them happen. Love the fact that you're committed to providing real value to your readers and that you have the ability to do it, even if that means getting help. Loving your book and loving the effort it takes to write it can transform your writing practice and the way it affects your thoughts and feelings. You don't have to dread sitting down at your laptop and opening that manuscript document. Instead, you will approach the effort you pour into writing a meaningful, transformational book with the kind of thoughts and feelings that keep you writing even when it gets difficult. That's all for this week's episode, my friends. If you need someone who can help you push your boulder uphill when the boulder feels too heavy and the incline too steep, book a complimentary consultation with me at CandiceLDavis.com/call. Let's see if author coaching is the right fit for you. Thanks for listening to Nothing But the Words. I'm your author coach, Candice L. Davis, and I'll see you next time.